First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for giving me 50 subscribers on Take It Home Podcast. If you haven't, please subscribe. Let's just talk more about wrestling. Let's go straight into the video. Also subscribe to the C3 Wrestling channel for exclusive matches. Also PayPal me/IamClassic for t-shirts. $20. I bought AEW Revolution. This was the first AEW event that I've purchased. And we're going to speak about this. We got a lot to speak about. I'm going to be looking down on my phone a lot because I did not feel like writing for this 3-hour event. I'm sorry. I didn't feel like writing. So, like I said, we're going to go straight into it. First match. Tag match, Young Bucks versus MJF versus Chris Jericho. I was expecting the Young Bucks to come in with the House of Fire. I didn't even expect them to let Justin Roberts announce MJF and Chris Jericho because of the things that they've been doing and attacking their dad and stuff like that. Small thing, but a big thing at the same time. I was just expecting them to just be held back by the referees and stuff like that. But to me, it just felt like, oh, okay, well, we're just going to get this match and we're going to get it over with. I felt the match was a little too long. There was a couple things that I didn't like, but I did feel like it was too long. I think with AEW, they have a thing about trying to build people strong all the time. And that's okay. People don't need to be built strong all the time. Like, I made a video about even Canadian destroyers, and basically MJF got hit with one, and he kicked out. Like, Jericho didn't even stop him. Like, didn't break the pin. He just kicked out. So then they were doing a whole bunch of big moves to each other, and they just kept kicking out. And it's just like, like I said, this is a small channel. These are my opinions. I don't want people to get mad at me, but this is how I feel. There was the Motor City machine gun move, and MJF kicked out of that too. I don't think the commentating table, they were kind of just like saying stuff, and it was just like, I can just mute it and listen to it. There was like a couple botches here and there with like, I don't know, one of the Bucks tried to flip, and then he fell on his butt. And then he got hit with the walls of Jericho. And then the other one got hit with the walls of Jericho. There was another thing. MJF was doing something, and then he just looked like he was just waiting for a spot. I don't know if somebody missed their cue, but he just started talking to the crowd, started just moving around awkward. The super kick moonsault from the Jericho, that was kind of good. They tried to cheat, obviously, Jericho, but it's kind of confusing because you saw Jericho, he went like right past the Buck who was about to jump off the ropes to get something and hit him with an object. I thought that was kind of funny. Like I said, the moves was just, the match was a little bit too long. I don't have a problem with a lot of the stuff that I saw. Like, it was entertaining, but man, that match was just too long. Then a super kick party at the end with then a Meltzer driver on Jericho and the Bucks win. I do think that was a great decision to keep it on the Bucks right now. Who knows what they're going to do with MJF and Chris Jericho. But yeah, other than it being too long and a couple things that I didn't like, I think that the heels did their part. They cut the ring off. They didn't let them be close to each other that much unless they knock one off. Like, that was a key thing that I liked, that they would knock one of the opponents down and then do moves in that corner. So, a lot of people criticize Jericho for a lot of stuff, personal and wrestling-wise, but you can tell that he was just a solid leader in it. But it still was a lot of questionable movements and moments in it. Another thing I want to say, I've been liking and admiring the graphics for Revolution, like how it looked like a video game, the full body, and that was pretty dope. That inspired me to even work on graphics for my wrestling shows and everything like that. That was pretty good. Tag Battle Royal. Oh my goodness. This was kind of funny to me. And I'm not gonna lie, I like Bear Country. I believe that's what they're. I like them. I just wanted you guys to know those guys are pretty dope. There was a couple things that I didn't like about it. We're gonna start with Dustin Rhodes. um, Within the first few minutes, his partner QT Marshall was getting beat up, and then you just see Dustin just squatting, like literally looking at him get beat up. Like, you still have to act like you're selling or that you're in pain. And he didn't either. He was just squatting, just sitting there, just like, oh, I'm just waiting for the next thing to come. These are small things that if I can pick it up and then my wife or anybody can pick it up, that means that that's a problem in wrestling. There was another spot with Ortiz and Santana when they came out. They were setting up a double team move, and then Dustin looked like he was trying to do something, but then he backed up, and then he let them do whatever they were doing. I'm just like, dang it, Dustin. That's what we're going to start calling. We're going to start calling them dang it, Dustin. With the Dark Order, which is very interesting to have like 3 different teams, I just thought that was an oversaturation of Dark Order. Like, listen, like, you guys have a lot of talented tag teams already, and to just have 3 different teams representing Dark Order, I felt like that didn't need to happen. That was just a little bit. Once again, dang it, Dustin. You see him squatting, talking to somebody, having full conversations with them while the match is going on. I'm like, come on, man. If you didn't want to wrestle them, come on, man. He could have had somebody else. He could have had, I forgot that guy's name. Is it Lee Johnson? You could have had him do it, tagging with QT. If you, man, it was, I'm not even nitpicking. That thing just started ticking me off, yo. QT eliminated the Gun Club and then eliminated himself. Another thing about the match was that it was so many double eliminations by one person. Like, even QT, Gun Club was eliminating somebody, and while they were on the verge of eliminating him, QT just threw everybody over and then eliminated himself. But then there was just like a couple more times where one person was eliminating bigger guys just so easy, and it felt like it was just a stick for the show. And it's like, oh my goodness, it's bad enough you do have a lot of people in the ring, but then it's just like when only one person is just eliminating two members at the same time. It's just like, come on, man. Where's the believability at? The Marco stunt spot with is it Evil Uno? I thought that was kind of crazy. It could have been polished a little bit. It's not Marco's fault. Marco did the Hurricanrana, and then he fell, and I thought the guy wasn't selling it. But then he sold it so late. Like, Marco left and was gone. Marco was in the back. And by the time he hit the back, that's when Evil Uno ran into a turnbuckle, fell and eliminated himself. I will say this about the Battle Royal with who won? Phoenix. I will say this about it. I think that they were showing you guys that they have a lot of tag teams. And the thing is, we know it because y'all always have them go 8-man tags and 4-on-4s and 3-on-3s. I think that if you're going to use Dark, I think that they should showcase more tag teams. You know, they showcase women a lot, but you can have like a tag team one. Like, show these guys that you have a strong tag team division. But you're not showing us how strong they are if you're having tag teams tag with tag teams to go against tag teams tagging with tag teams. Try to say that 20 times. Oh, the ref spot was kind of funny because Ray went through the second rope, and then the ref was like, oh, no, he's eliminated. Then Aubrey was like, no, he's not even through the second. I thought it was a setup for a spot. If it was sloppily, but hey, it is what it is. Phoenix eliminates Jungle Boy and wins. The women's match, championship match. If I say their names wrong, please forgive me. Rio versus Hikaru. It was very competitive. The beginning was like The beginning was a little bit crazy. Like Rio was just like chopping Hikaru, and it just didn't look like nothing. It was just like this, and then Hikaru is, she's just breathing in pain from getting a celebratory pat on the chest. You could tell the history between the two. I thought the chemistry was amazing. The match itself was very solid, even leading to the finish. I thought the finish was good. They made Rio very strong. I'm not familiar with Rio. I would like to see more of her. I thought it was a pretty solid match between small nitpicking in and out. Some of the strikes, some looked legit and some was just like, oh my god, I'm not even just talking about this. It was just like, man, what are you doing? Hikaru, she done like a whole bunch of moves to Rio to win. After that, Nyla Rose attacks. And then Britt Baker comes out, and then Britt's opponent, tag team partner from the buy-in, I forgot her name, I don't want to butcher it, comes out. They're beating up everybody. The women brawl. And then Thunder Rosa comes out. and three people that were beating up the other women on the ground just left because it was Thunder Rosa. Now, I love Thunder Rosa. I mean, I probably want to. But, yeah, but when we saw that, because Riho came out, too, and they were getting beat up by Nyla, Britt, and her partner from the buy-in. And then Thunder Rosa comes out by herself, and then they decided to leave. So we already knew, as fans, we knew what they were going to do. We knew that they were going to do a 3-on-3. And lo and behold, later in the show, they were promoting a 3-on-3. Next match, Miro and Kip Sabian versus Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. It was an eye-opener because I thought that Miro was looking like the beast he should have been. They attacked him, and then it was a handicap match, and then it was like they were beating him up, and then Orange Cassidy comes out after Chuck get beat up, and then Orange comes out, and then it went from interesting to what's going on here. It was just like, then they had like Chuck just start beating up Kip, all kind of finishes, Kip just kicking out, and you dang near forgot that Miro was a part of the match, to be honest. I don't know what was going on with the match. The match, Kip did a lot of moves on Orange as well, and then it was just like, dog, like, you guys are supposed to be like, y'all just got beat up, and what's going on? It was just like, okay, we just gonna hurry up and do a quick match. Now, that was a quick match, but at the same time, that could have happened at the buy-in or something like that. Orange would hit Penelope, and then it led to the finish where Rusev, you got me calling Rusev, where Miro would tap Chuck out. Now, like I said, it was parts that made Miro look strong, but at the same time, this match didn't happen. If they wanted to make, in my opinion, if they wanted Miro to look strong, they should have had him just go against Orange Cassidy or Chuck. They didn't need Kip or whatever like that. I liked Miro when he was Rusev. And with AEW, it's just like, that man's all over the place. Next match, Matt Hardy versus Adam Page. I enjoyed this match. I'm gonna tell you why. It was very fundamental. If you know me, you know how I wrestle. It's very fundamental. And regardless of how many gimmicks and character changes Matt Hardy goes through, you gotta understand, like, this guy knows how to help people be put over. And even on Adam Page's part, you can tell that this guy has so much potential in that company. His cadence, the way he wrestled, he carried himself, even how Matt carried himself. Like, I thought this was a very good match. Matt Hardy targeting Adam's hand. He could have targeted an arm, a back, or anything like that. That's like usually the standard of how people target. But targeting a hand was very good. They were working with each other. And there's a difference between wrestling with somebody and working with someone. And that's something, and honestly, I really did enjoy this match. I enjoyed it so much that I actually forgot that Private Party was a part of a group with Matt Hardy. That's how you catch people's attention when you're actually looking at the match, and then oh, that's right, they are apart. And then some interference from Dark Order, and then eventually Adam hits the lariat, and then he wins the big money match. So, like I said, it was a very, very good match to me. It wasn't a lot of everything put in a few minutes. It was something that was very well paced. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Adam Page. Like I said, kudos to Matt. Like, I don't think Matt gets a lot of credit for him actually wrestling. You know, a lot of us give him credit for the characters he portrays, but as a wrestler, the man does a great job. Y'all gonna get mad at me, y'all. Let me get some. Y'all gonna get mad. I did not like the ladder match. What I did like about the ladder match was Scorpio Sky winning it. I liked how he sold his emotion in winning it. But other than that, I did not like that match. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's get this out the way. The mystery opponent was Ethan Page. Now, a lot of people gave the AEW flack because they thought it was just somebody that was well known. And there's no shade to Ethan Page, but I like the fact that it was somebody that we didn't know. Like, this is a guy that's still building his name and still trying to do something. Like, we seen him on Impact and whatnot, but I do think that was a great thing. Like, there doesn't always have to be somebody we all know. Let's just see what the guy can do. If the guy can perform great and then get a championship, let's support that. Let's just see. It doesn't always have to be the somebody that wrestled at every other company and stuff like that. Let's just do fresh faces. That's fine. Going into what I didn't like, it was so many spots. It was pointless moves. Like, for example, Lance Archer had the ladder, and then Pentagon did a sling blade. And when Archer bumped, he like held the ladder down, like making sure it doesn't hit him. And then there was like another one where somebody had the ladder and somebody got Germaned. Let me see, it's just in my notes. No, it's not. Somebody took a German, and then they had the ladder, and then when they went back, they threw the ladder, but nobody was there. I don't know if somebody was supposed to be there or not. I thank God nobody was there. But it was just a couple things that was just like, it wasn't working. I don't think it was clicking. There was no chemistry with the guys. Then there was another spot where Lance was in the ladder, but he was on all fours for like a good minute or so because he was trying to wait for the spot to get powerbomb, to catch the brunt of a powerbomb that somebody was powerbombing him on the ladder to hit him in the back. But it just looked just out of place because you even seen like Archer setting up the ladder between them so he can bump right, take the move right. So it was just like, oh my goodness, like what's going on with this? It was just a little sloppy. And then when Cody got hurt and left, we knew what was going to happen. I think we all know what was going to happen with that. We knew Cody was going to come back in a house of fire. We all did. I'm sorry. There's no way nobody was like, oh my God, he's hurt, he's not coming back. I will bet money. No, everybody knew Cody was going to come back. It was a couple things that was like a little sloppy or whatever, even going to the end. I do like that it was a Sonic ring that they try to get, because I like Sonic, obviously. Sega. Cody comes back. Of course, Cody comes back with the belt, whipping people, crossroads, and stuff like that. And then him and Scorpio Sky, they're the last ones to reach at the top. Scorpio knocks him over and gets the Sonic ring and wins. I'm happy that Scorpio Sky won. I think Scorpio Sky, he had a great match with Cody Rhodes for the TNT Championship a couple months back. I thought that was a very good thing. I think they need to showcase Scorpio Sky a little bit more. That was the best part of the match. I could have did without the ladder match. The mystery person that signed to AEW was Christian Cage. And this was another thing that a lot of people on the internets was mad at. They were mad at that it wasn't Kurt or somebody else. I'm for it. I'm sorry. I love Christian Cage. You guys gotta understand that WWE has not treated that man very well. He went to TNA, called himself the Instant Classic, and was in the main event and put on great matches with Kurt Angle and AJ Styles, with so many people. Sting, like he's done a lot of things, and he's made a name for himself outside of WWE. And then when they did bring him back, he won the heavyweight title, but then lost it a few days to Randy Orton, and then won it back because Randy Orton disqualified himself. Like, this is the same guy that Vince wanted to put a sticker over his head because he just didn't want to see him. It was great to see him at the Royal Rumble, but at the same time, what were we going to expect after the Rumble? Like, what are we going to see him? Like, what was WWE going to do with him? I'm for this. I hope that they use him right. I think he can still wrestle, obviously. We'll see where that goes from here. What's the next thing? Street fight. I thought the street fight, the cinematography was very good. I thought it was well put together. I liked even like when Darby was skateboarding, that guy, I guess he's the performer of the song. Yeah, the paint, half Sting, half Darby. I liked how they had like the hoodlums that were like walking towards the ring for like the lumberjack. I liked even how Cage and Starks drove with that beautiful car. I thought it was set up very well. Now, the only things that I didn't like was like Hobbs and Hook. Like, Hobbs came with a mask on. It's like, bro, we know this you. We know it's you. Like, we know you, Hobbs, bro. Like, we know it's you. You don't need the mask. And then Hook, first time without a hat, comes out and attacks. I thought the the swinging spot between Hobbs, Cage, and Darby, swinging him into the glass door or window, that looked gnarly. I liked that. I thought that was funny. I thought Starks did great with his acting. Him like being scared of Sting, running from Sting with the bat and stuff. I thought that was good. I thought Brian Cage holding Darby Allin up with the suplex going up the stairs, that was very unique. I thought that was pretty good too. Like, it was very entertaining, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, it was very good. I'm only saying sorry because I just like saying sorry. But anyway, it was a very good match. It was very entertaining. I thought it was funny to see like the edited sunset flip that Sting did to Ricky. You know, editors. Sting looked good. He wrestled a little bit. Sting did the death drop, won the match. Then they just zoom in on him, just turning around, looking at the camera. I don't know why people like doing that with Sting. That was a very good match. Let's go. Starting off with Jon Moxley coming through the empty chairs / fans, and you see him like looking off in the sunset a couple times. So we already knew that this was going to be his last match for a while. You know, his wife was pregnant and all that. I remember Sasha did the same thing when they were about to lose the tag titles to the Iconics. She was just looking around. Just know when wrestlers do this and they're not looking at the camera and looking around, just know you might not see them for a long time. The beginning of the match, I didn't like. I felt like it wasn't as intense as it should have been. Like, it was just like dancing. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try to put your face in the barbed wire. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put it on your face on the barbed wire on this side. I didn't care for that much. They could have did better. John hits the ropes first, the barbed wire ropes. Sells it like a champ. Kenny hits it too. He sells it like a champ. Eventually, you know, they start doing the crazy things with the barbed wire wrap chair and bat. There was one point that Jon Moxley wrapped his arm with barbed wire and clothesline Kenny, and Kenny was just holding his chest. There was a couple things that I did see that I didn't like they were doing a spot before John hit the paradigm shift on Kenny to the outside barbed wire. John low-key was like holding on to the ropes. And the rope should have went off or exploded, but it didn't. There was a couple times, like even like touching the ropes, period, going for a top rope move. I think it should have sparked something. They should have did something. They should have made it seem like nobody should be touching these ropes, like it's dangerous. The paradigm shift that he gave Two Kenny Omega to the outside, looked nasty for John. John definitely took the brunt of that. Oh my goodness, it was nasty. We expected gnarly stuff. We expected blood. We expected cuts, and I think the match delivered. Uh, Good Brothers comes out. They give Kenny a bat. He hits John with the bat. The bat explodes. It's kind of nice. Not gonna lie. He then eventually hits the one-winged angel on Moxley on the chair and wins the match. It was a match. That's all I can say. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a match. They beat him up a little bit, and then it's time for it to explode. And we're like, oh, we gotta get out. We gotta get out. They lead a ring. Here come Eddie Kingston trying to get John to move. John's hurt. John's hurt. He's not getting up. He's hurt. Countdown goes off. Eddie covers John Moxley. Birthday sparklers. Birthday sparklers. No big explosions, no firecrackers, no nothing. Just sparklers. And the fumes of the sparkler that made Eddie pass out. Poor Eddie Kingston. He did not know he was going to save John Moxley from a birthday party. Jesus Christ. And it's the crazy part. We were expecting more with the explosion, but it was nothing crazy. Like, they could have had the camera shaking or something, like, make it look intense. I don't think they did. I don't know if it was a malfunction or not. Or it might be a troll thing. Maybe we were expecting something crazy to happen here. We're just like, nah, fireworks. I mean, the bat had a better explosion on John's face than the actual ring exploding. So I don't know how they're going to go forward with this. Are they going to explain it? Most likely they're not. Probably going to see Eddie Kingston versus Kenny Omega. Do I think the event was worth $50? No, I don't. There were things I liked. There were things that I didn't like. But I think, like, even with WWE being critical on them with the stuff that they mess up, it's like $9. And I don't want to just say it's $9 because $9 can go a long way. I just don't want to keep spending money on something and it's like, it doesn't seem like it's legit or it can be legit, you know. If another one comes out and I want to see it and it looks good and it looks interesting, because they did good with promos, I will say that. They did good with build-up. I watched the YouTube build-up. They did a great job. Like, I want them to succeed. It's one of the reasons why I actually bought the event. You know, I don't mind sowing seeds and, like, watching stuff and supporting other wrestling shows and stuff like that. I do that as a wrestler. I go to indie shows and I pay full price to see my friends and family perform. But it's just like, man, it's just like, this is some stuff you got to clean up. And we can't even just go off of, oh, well, they still a new company. That's no excuse because they do some things that are better than WWE, and WWE has been around for years. If we're going to criticize or if we're going to analyze something, we got to analyze it at the same time with the same perspective. It's not a team WWE, team AEW over here. It is a team C3 Wrestling, though, but it's not that. You know, I want these guys to succeed because this is their lives. This is their paychecks. But at the same time, I do want some things to change. These are my opinions. I hope you guys kicked it with me for the longest video I've ever done. Thank you. If you want to, let's comment. Let's talk about it. Comment, subscribe to the channel, like it. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.